Hey everyone, welcome back to ML Works. In this video, we'll be learning about LLamaParse, which is a tool provided by LlamaIndex for parsing documents. So as part of this video, we'll be learning how to parse a document from PDF to Markdown, and then we'll be looking into financial data to extract a data table, and then we'll be looking into how to extract relevant information from the PDF. For example, if you want to just capture name of the person from a document, then you can just pass that specific detail as a generic information to the prompt and it will extract all the names from the document. And then we'll also look into how to classify the document based on the content that is present inside the document. So with that, let us move on to our installation first. So here you can install Llama Cloud 2.1 and above, and then you have to go and register your mail ID to llamaindex.ai and then generate your API key and copy it and store it as part of your env file. So I have already run this command like pip install Llama Cloud, so it's already running inside this virtual environment. Then you have to go to llamaindex.ai. So let me go here, search in LlamaIndex. Here I have to go to this URL and click get started. Since I have already signed in, I'll be able to go and access my API key. If you're doing it for the first time, then you have to sign in with your mail ID and then you will be able to see this page. So if you notice here, we have this section where you have this API keys. Here you have to go and generate a new API key, and you can copy that API key and store it as part of your env file. So if you notice here, I have this env file, I'll be storing there. So once that is done, if I just go back here, you will also notice there are like multiple sections inside this page where you can upload document and parse. You can extract content from the document. You can split the PDF into multiple sections, and then you can classify the document with the help of this classify section. And if you notice here, this is the free plan usage. So currently I'm using free plan. So by default, LLamaParse will provide you 10,000 credits per month. So currently I'm at 967. So with that information, now let us move on to our coding aspect here, right? Anti-gravity. Yeah. Since I have already copy pasted the API key inside my env file, I don't have to do anything else here. Now I'll just go and import all the necessary packages. First we'll be importing OS, and then we'll be importing Llama Cloud, and then we'll be loading .env, through which we'll be importing or loading the env file into our runtime environment. And once that is done, then we set this environment into our runtime here and then just run this cell. And once that is done, we'll be parsing our document. So first I'll be creating a client with the help of Llama Cloud, and with the help of that client, I'll be uploading the document into my remote instance of LLamaParse, and there I'll be mentioning the purpose as mentioned here. This is for parsing, and then we'll be passing that file ID, which is this one, and what is the tier that we want to use. We want to use agentic tier, and then we want to use the version latest, and we want to convert it into Markdown. So there are multiple tiers. So if I just go here and under parse, you will see all these different tiers: agentic tier, cost effective tier, fast, and agentic plus. So it will give all the information regarding each tier. So based on your requirement, you have to select your tier. Let me go back here now. Let me run this cell now. So it has to upload the document, which is LLM interview PDF. So it is already present here in my local machine. So this is nothing but 50 LLM questions, and it contains around 12 pages. So it has to upload this document and it has to parse that into Markdown file. So if you notice here, it has already done that. It took 15 seconds around, and it has extracted the content and stored it as Markdown file. So if you see, which is the first statement, top 50 large language model interview questions, top 50 large language model interview questions, the author name May 2025. It has extracted properly everything. And what is the first question? What does tokenization entail and why is it critical for LLMs? Let me go here and see. So what does tokenization entail and why is it critical for LLMs? So it extracted the document correctly. Now let us go and work with financial documents. So let me go here. In this cell, first we import all the necessary package here. So if you notice here, we are using async llama cloud. So what it means is, so when you are making use of this async llama cloud, you can simultaneously run multiple operations. Once you are doing parsing, you can simultaneously do some other operation as well. So that's the whole point of asynchronous operation. We create a client with async llama cloud, and then we pass in our document, which is monthly receipt.pdf, which is our financial document. And then the purpose we have sent it as parse, and we want to parse this document. So if I just close this and go to this monthly receipt, you will see there are around 18 pages, and it contains around some few hundreds of records, and it is from October 80 to, I guess it is up to March 2026. It has many details here, multiple columns. So we want to capture all these details as part of our table. So what I'll do here is, if you notice here, result is equal to await client.parsing.parse. We pass the file object here, and the tier we are using is agentic again, version latest. And if you notice here, we don't want to access all the pages, we just want the last 2 pages. So what we do is, we set the target pages as 17, 18, and we use processing option as cost optimizer. So this will be ensuring that while it is parsing, it is using some cost effective technique to parse the document. And it is expanding. Expand means it will be extracting. It has markdown, items, and metadata. So let me run this here. So job status, results.job.status, result.items.pages. So we'll be seeing these 2 details here. So job status is completed. Total number of pages is 2. Though we have 18 pages, we targeted only 2 pages, 17 and 18. So it has given us total pages as 2. Now what we want to do is, we want to understand whether those pages that were taken into consideration, whether they were using cost optimized tier or not. So what we do is, we just run this cell for page in results.metadata.pages. We see whether it is cost optimized or not. So both the pages are cost optimized. Now the point comes how to extract the columns and the corresponding values. Here we have something called as result.items.pages. Under each page we'll have items, and we'll be seeing whether the type is equal to table. If it is table, then we'll be extracting it as different columns and what is the row, and we'll be saving it as .cv. And here you will be noticing all these different details coming up. All the tables, right? There are multiple pages are there, so there will be multiple tables also. So let me run this here. At page 17, so if I go back here, this is the page 17. It has more records than page 18. So let me go back now. So at page 17, we have 32 rows, 7 columns. We found 2 tables across 2 pages, and at 18 page, 20 rows and 7 columns. So we are able to extract exact detail or exact table details. And now what we can do is take this detail and make it as part of pandas data frame. Here in the next step, what we do is, we take this all tables, iterate through those tables, and turn it into pandas data frame as mentioned here, with the help of io.string.io and pd.readcsv. And then we'll look for the data frame, and we'll see the first 5 records. Here if you notice, we have the 7 columns, and these are the top 5 records. If I just go here, it starts from 2022, I guess, Feb 2022, and here also it starts with Feb 2022, and see whether this numbers are valid or not. By other means, 41,360. So where it is, 41,360, yeah. So it has correctly parsed the document or the table, and it has been turned into a data which can be analyzed with the help of pandas. Now next, move on to table with at least 5 rows. Okay, so what we want to do is, we just want to keep tables where there are more than 5 rows. So that's why we call it substantial tables. And then comes our filter by columns. So we'll be extracting certain columns based on their column names. So for instance, you have any word like cash in the column name, then you will be extracting that and will be storing it here or saying it here. So there are substantial tables. There are 2 financial tables with dollar in column headers is 2. And then comes our save each table as a separate CSV with a deterministic file name. So basically we are just saving the table or pandas data frame as a CSV. So if you just want to go and see that, we have it here for the table P17. This is the table or this is the CSV file, and this is the page 18. This is the CSV file. The whole point is once you have extracted the data as expected, then we can go ahead and perform analysis. So this is how mostly data will be available in general. So it will be a lot easier if you are able to parse the content as it is. Now comes our extraction phase. So here we want to extract a specific detail from our document. So I have shown you already one document where we've seen LLM interview questions. There are around 50 questions are present. So we want to extract only the questions now. So what we can do is we can go here under LLamaParse extract. So we are creating a schema using pydantic where we mention that we want to extract LLM questions. And then what we do is under client.extract.create, we pass the file ID, which is your LLM questions. If I just go back here, just to not mistake the files, what I'll do is, I hope that we are not using this file object. Okay, this is file underscore object and this is file. So what I'll do is I'll go back here under extract and we are using file. We are not using file underscore object. So file.id and then we set the configuration as mentioned here. So this is the questions.model JSON schema, which is nothing but this one, this class, where we pass this detail extract LLM question, extraction target per document, tier is agentic. So let me run this. What this will do is it will just set the question or what to extract from the document. Now we want to run this. So while question.status, so this question.status not in completed, failed or cancelled state, then we have to run this. So let me run this. So it is saying the coroutine object has no attribute status. So let us go and see what is the issue here. Question.status not in. Okay. Let me type in question.id. File ID, yeah, it is present, so that is there. And then client dot, okay, probably this is the asynchronous client that I'm using. Maybe that's the reason. So what I'll do is I'll just go back here, Llama Cloud, copy this, move to extract, and here I'll be running it again. So now let me just type this one, question.id. Yeah, it is there. Now let us see if it works or not. So now it should extract all the LLM questions from the specific document. So if you see here under questions, so you will see all the different questions. What does tokenization entail? Why is it critical for LLMs? Then comes your next question. How does attention mechanism function in transform model? So everything is separated by semicolon. So if I go back here, so let me go to the second question. What was the second question? So how does attention mechanism function in transform model? It works. Okay, now let me go to the 50th question. So what challenges do LLMs face in deployment? What challenges do LLMs face in deployment? So yeah, so it has able to extract all the questions as requested. Then comes our classification phase. So let me run this here. So this is the same thing, extract results. Now let us go and do classification on the document. So here we'll be importing Llama Cloud and async Llama Cloud, and we'll be loading the specific mlengineer.pdf file, and this will be our file ID. And then we'll be making use of classifier.classify pass the file ID, and this is the rules that we set. So considering we know what are the type of documents that we'll be sending in, we'll be creating certain rules. So if it is resume, then we'll be looking for certain details based on which we'll be classifying whether it is a resume or not. Similarly, based on this set of details, we'll be classifying it as receipt. And this is the parsing configuration. So the language is English, maximum pages is 1, and the mode is fast. So we are not using multimodal, we are using fast. And then comes our classification results. So let me run this cell. While we are running it, let me go here, mlengineer.pdf. So this is the file that we have sent. So it contains the resume details. So if I go here, so it should be able to classify this specific document as resume, and it should be showing the confidence score and the reasoning as well. So let's wait for it. So the classified type is equal to resume and confidence is 1.0. It is 100% sure. So this document is unambiguously a resume. It contains all the key elements like personal information at the top, including name, email, phone number, LinkedIn profile, and professional summary describing the experience and detailed work experience and all the details. So this is with respect to resume. Now what we have to do is, instead of sending this mlengineer.pdf, we can send some other document like receipt.pdf. Let's see, receipt.pdf, classify this. So it has classified it as receipt and confidence is 1.0. So it is, document is unambiguously receipt. It contains all the receipt number, payment method, merchant information. So all the details as expected. We are at the end of the video. So we have managed to understand how to parse the document from PDF to Markdown, and then we extracted data, which is financial data, as a table, and then we made use of it as part of our pandas data frame, and then we extracted relevant data, which is the questions for LLM, from a PDF, and then we classified the document whether it is resume or a receipt. So with that, I'll be concluding this video. Thank you for watching.